close that door first. There we go, we got a couple. Just gonna wait a few seconds before we do our intros and everything so that way people can trickle in. Going with Thursday, we are going to do legs and core today. It's going to be fun. But first, as always, we're going to read our verbal disclaimer. So, in response to COVID-19, PSP is offering virtual fitness classes to Canadian Armed Forces members. By using social media platforms, the virtual fitness classes tailored to Canadian Armed Forces personnel have become accessible to all. Participants who are not Canadian Armed Forces members recognize and acknowledge that their age, health status, and physical fitness level are unknown, and it is entirely up to each individual to assess their ability to participate in this class. Since it is preferable to consult your physician before beginning any exercise program, we invite all participants who are not Canadian Armed Forces members to consult the Get Active Questionnaire of the Canadian Society for Exercise Physiology and its reference documents. If you experience any pain or difficulty during the exercises presented in this video, it is recommended that you stop and consult a healthcare provider. If a CAF member sustains any injury during this video, please remember to fill out a CF98. Nothing today is super crazy. It's gonna suck, but you should be fine. So, equipment, you're gonna need something loaded like a backpack, or a kettlebell, a dumbbell, a book, something you can kind of hold up here. I'm going to use a kettlebell simply because it's available, and something to step over. So you can see in the corner, I have a paralight there. Just something visible you can step over. It doesn't have to be crazy high, just something to visibly go over. So like I said, legs and core, so we're going to do loaded lateral step. That's our A exercise. Our B1 exercise is split squat isometric holds, and our B2 exercise is 2-second paused ice climbers. We're going to do that kind of in a Tabata style. Our C exercise is single leg RDLs and Turkish sit-ups. And our last one is a accumulation plank. So we'll just have a time on the clock for that one. And you're going to go as long as you can in that set time. With that being said, we're going to get started. So we're going to start our warm-up. So, first things first, we're going to get our hips and our T-spine. So, we're going to do world's greatest stretch. So you're going to step back into a nice deep lunge. The leg of the back, that hip is going to get pushed straight. That front knee is going out towards the wall. Same hand as the knee going forward is going to come behind your head. You're going to rotate down. Rotate up, nice and slow, and we're going to do 12 reps. Nice control. Once you're done at 12, switch sides, straight to the other side. Try to get a little bit further as you go through. Said, once you're done, go ahead, switch sides. Nice and steady, a few more. Give you a couple seconds for everybody to catch up. Next one's going to be an inchworm. So we're going to start standing. Excuse me. Feet underneath your hips. You're going to push the hips back, bring your hands to the floor. Crawl yourself out. Come on back. Try to keep your hips nice and square. Use your hamstrings and your butt to pull yourself back up. That's one. We're doing 5. Once again, push those hips back. Down to the floor. Crawl it out. Back up. Squeeze Squeeze your butt. 2. 3. Try to keep that core braced the whole time, best you can. 4. We got one more. And 5. So from here, we're just going to do some trunk rotations. So you're going to go nice and wide with the feet. Almost in like a hero pose, or horse stance rather, not hero pose. So here, you're going to push your hips back, sway down, come back up, and you're going to switch directions. We're going to do 8 of these. Nice and careful, come down, and around. If you can't go all the way to the floor, that's fine. Go to where you're comfortable. If you're not comfortable doing the rotation, just kind of hinge forward, hang out here, a little more bend in the leg if you need to. Completely up to you. Try a bit of both as well if you want. Come on down, get that lower back. Come up. Gonna get our hips, so you're gonna do circles. So, into the center. You're gonna come up and out, creating big circles with your knee, nice and steady, and you're doing 10. Once we get to 10, I'll explain our next one. Bring that foot to the ground if you have to, if you lose your balance. Once you get to 10, you're just going to change directions. So you're going to go out and bring it to center. So warming up that balance in the feet, warming up the hips. Nice and steady. Bring that foot to the floor. Once you're done, switch sides. Same idea, so balance, squeeze your butt, come up, big circles with the knee. Usually going out, so abduction is fine. Once we get to adduction, so bringing that knee back to the midline, we're switching directions. Usually where we have issues. Throws us off a little bit. Almost there. Perfect. So relax. Next one, we're going to do some squat bows. So we're going to go right down, bottom of the squat. You're going to sit up nice and tall. You're just going to bow forward, come back up. So another T-spine drill. We're going to do 8 of these. Squeeze that upper back at the top. Once you're done at 8, I want you to do 10 squats. 10 regular air squats. Just nice and steady. Focus on your technique. Keep those knees over top of the center of the foot. Create that arch in the foot. Drive the hips back towards the wall to initiate the movement. Perfect. Relax. We're going to warm up your core. So, we're going to do a side plank. I'm going to stopwatch first. So we're just going to do a 15-second hold in side plank. So once again, just on the side, lift the hips. We'll go from there. So one set of 15 per side. So we're going to go up in 3, 2, 1, up. Pulling those ribs towards your hip. Down. Switch sides. Going up in 3, 2, 1, up. Squeeze your butt. Down. Next one, we are going to do a bird dog. This will end off our warm-up portion. So you're here, front arm is going to point on a 45 in front of you. Opposite leg is going to kick back towards the wall. You're just going straight back. You don't want to come up too high because that's going to curve your lower back. You want your back to stay straight the entire time. So you're coming up, come down and crunch, and out. We're doing 8 of these per side. Nice and slow. Once you're done, reset. Switch sides. There we go. So, grab a drink, take 90 seconds, stretch out anything else you need. Grab something to step over. I'm going to use this because the other one is slightly too high for what I want to do. There. So grab a kettlebell, a backpack, anything that's loaded. You can carry something like if you have a backpack, you can carry it here as well if you need to. You're just now going to switch sides. When I say switch, you're just going to do a full minute of stepping. Okay? So, halfway through our rest for that one. Stretch out anything else you need. Warm up anything else you need. I need our clock here, a WOD timer. There we go. So, I'll demo what we're doing. I'm going to bring in 2 kettlebells just to see how I feel. So you're going to pick a side. You'll bring the kettlebell up. You're going to come up, step over, up, step over. And this is it. Out, out. Try to keep yourself nice and square the entire time. High knee over. We're going to go 30 seconds one side, 30 seconds the other. Rest, and then continue. So we're going to do 30, 30, 30, 10-second rest in between for a few rounds. So we'll say 8 on the timer to be specific. So grab what you need. If you're using a kit bag or a sandbag, whatever, you're just going to hug it into your chest and you're just going to hold it there and you'll use that 10 seconds of transition just to rest in between. Okay, we're going to have a 10-second timer here. So I'm going to warm up this one. Get in position. 3, 2, 1, go. So step over, nice and square. Keep balanced the whole time. Keep that core engaged. Don't step on your thing like I just did. Slower you go, the harder it's going to be. So on the next one, you're just going to switch arms, carry it on the other side. 5 seconds. And we go again. Once again, slower. You're going to get more out of it because your core is going to be activated for longer. 10 seconds, then we get a break. Little break. Put it down. If you need something heavier, grab something heavier. We're not starting that one. That's just our time in between. We got 30 seconds of rest. I'm going to go a bit heavier. Grab 30. Got a 50 over there. That might be the last round. Let's see. So this one we're using both our legs and a lot of core stability here. Throughout. We got 10 seconds before we start our next round. Alright, we're going to pick up our utensil here. 3, 2, 1, go. Know the timer. Rest is off a little bit. Almost there. 10 seconds. So we're going to deal with the timer being off a little bit on this one. And rest. And then I'll fix it on the next one because my phone hates me. Switch sides. 3, 2, 1, go. Nice and steady. Keep that core engaged. Play some music in the background if you need to. 5 seconds. And relax. So I'll fix this. We got 30 seconds of rest. And one more round before we get into our B movements. 10 seconds. Pick up our utensil. 3, 2, 1, go. Try to squeeze your core real tight. Same hip movement as those circles at the beginning. Are very similar. 10 seconds. Pick up your utensil. 3, 2, 1, go. Almost there. Done. There we go. Set her down. 90 seconds until our next one. Get rid of this equipment. Keep something single arm close because we can use that for our RDLs in a moment. In a few minutes rather. Because next we got isometric split squats and mountain climbers. That's the word I'm looking for. So we're going to do 3 rounds of each, 20 seconds of work. 10 seconds of rest. So, once we get about 30 seconds, I'll explain what all that means. Grab a drink, keep it close. You are going to be shaky on the next couple. So, first one we're going to do is an isometric split squat hold. So you're going to come into this rear lunge position here. You're going to hang out here for 20 seconds. There'll be a 10 seconds rest, and then we're going to switch sides. 10 seconds rest, and then we're going to do an isometric mountain climber. I don't know why I can't remember the name. So you're going to come up, you're going to bring your leg up towards your elbow, squeeze 1, 2, down. Squeeze 1, 2, down. And we're going to go through 3 cycles of that. 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. Doesn't seem like a lot, but with the holds and the squeeze, it's enough. So, keep your water nearby. We'll get our countdown with our timer here, which I had the remote for that clock. There we go. So we're doing our split squats first. Pick a side. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Step back. Hold. This is it. Just a reverse lunge. Keep that knee up off the ground. Keep those toes dug in. You just hang out. Keep that core engaged. Make sure you breathe. Up. And then we switch sides. 5 seconds. 2, 1, go. We hang out here. Next one after this is the mountain climbers. Done. Come down to the floor. We're going into mountain climbers. 2-second pause at the top. We'll count it out together. So up, squeeze, 1, 2, down. 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 Going back up into our isometric holds. Let's pick a leg, and we're back. Hanging out. Big breaths, squeeze that core. Once again, keep those toes dug into the floor, especially that back foot. Time. Step back, hang out. This way. Hips tight. And I am sliding. Down to the floor. Number 2 for our mountain climbers. Back so you can see me. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Up. 1, 2. 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 One more round of each. Stepping back. Here we go. This round's the worst. Whew. One more split squat. 2, 1, step back. big breaths. You may shake a little bit, that's okay. Just try to stay up. Done. Mountain climbers, last round. Woo. 3, 2, 1, up. Squeeze, 1, 2. 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 Squeeze, 1, 2, down. There we go. Check mark on that one. Grab a drink. Once again, 90 seconds. And then we're going to start our RDL Turkish sit-up. These are ones you can do with laundry detergent, a kettlebell, a dumbbell, anything you can hold in one hand that has a little bit of weight to it. Up to you. Your cat, really. Whatever you got. Go find a rock. A brick. Something like that. Once we get to a minute, I'll demo. Make sure you move around. I'm going to stretch my hip. So we're going to do a single leg RDL for 8. And then we're going to do a Turkish sit-up. 6 per side. We'll call it out as we go. No timeline on that. I'm going to call it out as I go, but you do you. Go at your own pace. Figure it out. So, grab something. I'm going to use a kettlebell because I already have one. You can do this without as well. I'll show you the without version first. So you're just going to pick a leg to start. The other leg's bent, push the hips back, keep this leg relatively straight, slight bend of the knee, touch your target, pull yourself back up. If you want to use a weight, you're going to do the same thing, hold it in hand, come down to the floor, controlled, up. It's up to you. I suggest doing the first one without a weight, that way you can get your rhythm, okay? Second one, Turkish sit-up. It's going to be weird to try to do on video. So, you're going to pick a shoulder. Kettlebell, dumbbell, whatever you got. You can do this with a backpack as well. Comes up in your hand. You are looking at the kettlebell at all times. Your eyes do not go anywhere else. Same knee, bent. Opposite hand comes out to the side. You're going to drive your foot into the ground. Squeeze your core. Come up onto the elbow, then you're going to come up onto the hand, okay? Then you're just going to go back down. If you find that difficult, just come to the elbow, and then come back down, okay? Those are our 2 movements. 8 are, actually we'll even it out. We're going to go 6 RDLs per side, 6 of those per side, okay? It's a nice lower body pull, and some oblique action. So, grab whatever you got, and we're going to start. So, pace it at your own pace. Like I said, I'm going to call it out as I go. So we're going to start. I suggest going without first. So pick a leg and begin. So slight bend in the knees, hips back, touch your target, come back up. Nice and slow. Time under tension. Keep that core braced. Keep that foot gripping the ground. Squeeze those hamstrings and the glutes. Come back up. You got one more. Switch legs. One leg's going to be better than the other. You have to bring that other foot back to the ground. By all means, do so. Slower you go, harder it's going to be, but the more benefit you're going to get. I got one more. the sit-ups. Back a little bit. You can bring it up. I'm going to do the first variation, so just up to the elbow for the first one. So dig that foot in, up onto the elbow, and down. Try to keep that wrist straight the whole time. Push that foot in. You're looking at the kettlebell the whole time. Exhaling as you come up onto the elbow. And then switch sides. Once again, one side is going to be harder than the other. Nice and stable. There we go. Once you're done at both, you're going right back into it. Okay? So I'm going to actually use the kettlebell this time. Exaggerate your breathing. So in on the way down, out on the way up. Get that breathing pattern ingrained so you don't have to think about it anymore. Go at your own pace. You have music blasting, it helps. I'm not, so you guys can actually hear me, because when I train, my music is way too loud. Try to drown out every sound I possibly can. Keep those shoulder blades retracted. You don't want to try to reach with your arm. You want to keep tension in that upper back. Once again, when you're done, right back to your turkey sit-ups. Once again, exaggerate your breathing. Good job, everybody. Keep going. One more round. Good job, everybody. Keep going nice and steady. If you need to go slower, that's perfectly fine. Keep a good pace, keep good quality reps. Whole time you just want to be hinging at the hip. All the movement comes from the hip. Tension in that upper back. Try not to reach. You don't have to go all the way to the floor if you can't. Mid shin is fine. Or that big bone side of your ankle. Use that as a target. Last round here. exhaling on the way up. Exaggerate breathing if you have to. You want it to be automatic. You want all of this movement to be almost robotic. Done. Take your time, get her done. We'll wait a little bit here. Then we'll start our cool down because of time. Want to make sure we get a good amount of hip stretch in. Sometime before Monday, test your maximum plank. See how long you can go. Goal 3 minutes. Go another minute of rest here. Get your breath. Ooh, we got 6 people. Look at that. It's 5 more than we had this morning. "20 seconds, we're going to get into a lot of hip extension here. Get into our psoas a little bit. Obviously, everything we do there can be made more difficult. Add reps. Do it for time. That's a good middle ground for what we're doing. Adjust it how you will. It's a good mixture of it all. So, first one here, we are going to do hurdle stretch. I need this. So, one leg forward, one leg out to the side, drop to the elbows. If you can't get to the elbows, just go to one. Just want to make sure you're driving that hip up towards the ceiling, straight as you can. We're going to go 30 seconds. Ten seconds. And relax. Switch sides. Starting in 3, 2, 1, time. 30 seconds on this side as well. We're going to do pigeon stretch after this one. Get your glute. Five seconds. 2, 1, up. So we're going to go in pigeon stretch. So you're going to come up, swing that leg underneath you, drop the hip towards the floor. You can stay up tall, drop to your elbows, or go all the way to the floor. Completely up to you. Different degrees of a stretch. Pick one you're comfortable with. You just want to go to the point of discomfort. You don't want to be in pain. You can also do this one on your couch where you put your leg up on the couch, drop the knee to the floor. Tall pigeon. That one's fantastic. Almost there. We're going to come up. Pick that leg up. Swing the other one underneath. Same thing, 30 seconds, time is on. Halfway through. Get our hip flexors after this, or psoas. Whole 9 with a scorpion. Done. This one's going to be tricky to show. I'm going to go on an angle so you can see-ish. So you're going to come down on the floor, arms straight out. From there, you're going to kick one leg over, and you're going to hang out here. This is scorpion. Grab your foot if you can. Should feel a stretch kind of in your core, front side of your hips. You just let your head rest on the floor. Nice deep breaths. This one kind of sucks while you do it. Once again, squeeze your glute, push that hip towards the wall. Slowly unwind. Switch to the other side. Hang out, nice deep breaths. And relax. You're gonna get your ankles, check time, good. So you're gonna come up, kneel. Big thing here is keeping that heel on the floor. You wanna keep your arch up. You're just gonna drive your knee over top of your toe as far as you can, going over that middle toe. So the third one right in the center of the foot. Keep that heel down. Use your upper body to press it forward if you need to. And we're gonna hang out here for 30 seconds. Time was on during that explanation, so we only got 10 seconds left on this side. This is one you should be doing all the time. Switch sides. Make sure you have good ankle mobility, because if your ankle's messed up, that's going to go up into your knee and then into your hip, and then it's not going to be fun. So same thing, keep the heel down, keep the arch set, use that elbow to push forward. Hang out here, 30 seconds. Ten seconds. It's gonna feel nice to have a shower after this. 3, 2, 1, time. There we are. Obviously, stretch more, stretch your quads, get some hip extensions, so pushing that hip straight, especially over the weekend and tomorrow, because we sit way too much, so that hip gets cramped up and causes all sorts of mayhem. Other than that, grab some water, grab some food, and we will see you guys whenever I'm scheduled again. Enjoy, everybody.